What it do, T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I am here with a brand new all tea, all shade, The Surreal Life, Season 1, Episode 1-2 review. I drop videos Monday through Sunday. Everything that I say is for entertainment purposes only and not to be taken seriously. So if that works for you, then let's get into this review. So you guys, VH1's hit reality show, The Surreal Life, is back. The original Surreal Life aired for 6 seasons on VH1. I believe the last season aired in 2006. Now it is 2022. And the show is back, and I'm so excited about this, so happy, because I loved The Surreal Life back in the day, and it's so good to see them come back with this concept. I think that they need to start bringing back a lot of the concepts of these different reality shows that were huge, like in the late 90s, early 2000s. So the show is back, and this time they have a group of celebrities staying in a house in Mexico City. So they have Frankie Muniz from Malcolm in the Middle, Tamar Braxton, singer, reality star, Stormy Daniels, P-word, actress, lady that slept with Donald Trump, Dennis Rodman, I believe 3 or 4 time NBA champion, Kim Coles, the actress and comedian, best known for her role of Sinclair on Living Single. Then you have CJ Perry, aka Lana from WWE, the Russian, the ravishing Russian Lana, I think that was her name. Then you have August Alsina, R&B singer, also the dude that was in the entanglement with Jada, and lastly, Manny MUA, who is a makeup artist and YouTuber. So this is an eclectic group of folks that they got in this house, and I think that it is the perfect mixture of personalities. So, we're just going to talk about episode 1 and 2. Just going to go back and forth between the episodes. But right off the bat, Dennis Rodman is the first person in the house. Tamar is the second. And immediately she's like, "Hey, Dennis." And he like, "Hey." She was like, "You used to talk to my sister, didn't you?" Tamar is a fool. She gonna say whatever's on her mind. And he was like, "Who's your sister?" She was like, "Tony." Like, nigga, you know who the fuck my sister is. And he was like, "When?" She was like, Google yourself, So he admits that him and Tony went out on a few dates, and he asked her, if she wanted to get with him. And she was like, "I don't know, Bernie, because you kind of scared me. I don't really know about all that." You know what I'm saying? But right off the bat, him and Tamar have this kind of like brotherly, sisterly relationship that I love. And it's also kind of like sad in a way, but we'll get into that in a second. Everybody else arrives in the house. Frankie Muniz is married now with a child. He stepped away from the industry at the height of his fame, which he now kind of regrets, because he had a lot of movie offers on the table that he turned down, and that was some good ass money. I don't know what his money looking like now, but he made a lot of money when he was on Malcolm in the Middle. Stormy Daniels has been going through it ever since, she came out, detailing her tryst with Trump. She said she's been homeless. She got some doll that she liked to carry around with her named Susan that talks to her child. And all I could think of was Whitney Houston's song, "My name is not Susan, so watch what you say." I don't want no pots of Susan, child. Susan sound like she a Karen. Then you have Kim Coles, who we find out that after living single, she blew through all of her money via depression, just shopping. CJ Perry, got released from WWE. So at this point, she's trying to figure out if she's done with wrestling or not. August Alsina, has been plagued with illnesses, in and out of the hospital and things as far as his health, and then he had the whole entanglement thing during COVID that he revealed that blew up, Don't really know much about Manny MUA. I know that he was like in a group of like friends with like different like YouTubers or whatever, and then I think he ended up like sticking up for James Charles or something like that and got backlash. I might be wrong, but I don't know a lot about him. But I will say on this show, he is funny as hell. Him and Tamar are by far the funniest people on the show. They crack me up. I could watch a show with just the two of them all day, every day. Dennis Rodman, you know, he has always been a wild card ever since we really got to know him. You know, he struggles with, you know, his childhood traumas, alcoholism, you know, this character of himself that he's built that he really can't get out of. You know what I'm saying? He's been through a lot of hardships. He lost the majority of his money from a manager that scammed him out of his money. So homeboy just has gone through a lot. So, you know, you have all of these people and different personalities and all of these traumas in this house with these different people. And not only are they there to get to know each other, but they're tasked to do all of these different challenges that, you know, challenge them to step outside of their comfort zone. So Stormy didn't arrive until I want to say day 2. She arrived late. And day 1, August Alsina learned that in the room that he was in, that there was an extra like little nook area for somebody else to sleep in. And when Tamar was like, get ready for your roommate, he was like, who? And she was like, I don't know, but it's an extra bed up there. I knew right then and there that it was going to be a problem and that he was not going to want to share his room. So when Stormy arrived and, you know, she talked about her doll, Susan, that likes to talk to her child, he immediately was like, nope, not going to share any room, not going to do it. I don't care what anybody says. You're not sleeping in the room with me. And that's that. It's not up for discussion. And then he proceeded to go in the room, take the mattress, throw it over the railing like he was on an episode of Bad Girls Club, and then politely sit the bed near the pool area. Yeah. I was very put off by that. I was very disappointed by that. I couldn't believe the audacity of that. Like, it's one thing to, you know, if you don't like what she does as far as, you know, having this doll or whatever and the things that she's into, that's fine. But you don't treat somebody like they just like a bitch off the street, like their comfort or their presence means absolutely nothing to you, and then to throw her mattress and make her sleep outside of the room. This is a woman at the end of the damn day. And I would have thought that he would have had at least more chivalry than to treat a woman, let alone just a person in general, like that. And it really put me off. It really put me off. And I didn't really like that, you know, the guys in the house didn't really check his ass. You know what I'm saying? People were like telling him like, damn, like that's fucked up. They couldn't believe it. But to let him do that, like, you got your nerve. You got your nerve. And if I was Stormy, I would have cussed his ass the fuck out. But you know what? I respect her because she handled it so well. You could tell her feelings was hurt, but she was just like, she even said she was like, I've been homeless for 2 months here recently, so it don't matter. You know, I've slept in worse places. But I just felt like that was just so fucked up. So fucked up for him to do her like that. And I think the person that I'm most shocked about that I actually really like is Stormy. And it's not that because of what she does for a living or whatever, but just based off what we saw about her via the reports and the blogs. So she just seemed like she might have just been thirsty for attention or whatever. I didn't really know much about her, but seeing her on this show, she's a very sweet person. She's funny. She doesn't take herself too seriously. She's open. She's honest. I really like her. Now, I don't vibe with all that other shit she be on, you know, with the dolls and the tarot cards and all of that juice. But other than that, she seems like a very genuine, nice person. And if I would have been in the house, I think I would have really vibed with her. I'm surprised. You know what? No, I'm not. Because Kim Coles reminds me a lot of myself. People think that in real life, she'll probably have this loud, exuberant personality, always cracking jokes, always, the life of the party. But as we see on this show, she's really laid back. She's really quiet. She's really reserved. We haven't really got that bump, from her. And that reminds me a lot of myself, because people think in real life that I'm just cracking jokes all the time and all that. I used to be that way. But when I started doing my YouTube and always having to entertain others as my job, it has now made me more reserved in my everyday life, where I'm quiet. I like to sit back, peep game. I'm going to throw in a little joke here and there, but for the most part, I'm really reserved and quiet and shy, and people are shocked about that when they meet me in real life. But I hope that she opens up more on the show and we learn a lot more about her and her life and everything. We haven't really learned much about CJ either, except for, she's trying to figure out whether or not she wants to go back to wrestling. But she's fun. Her and Tamar are roommates. They're clicking. When Tamar was on Celebrity Big Brother, she met another WWE wrestler by the name of Eva. And they ended up clicking really well with one another. Tamar, at the time when they filmed this, she said that, this was a year after her trying to unalive herself and, her going through therapy and really doing the work on changing her behaviors and her attitude and the way that she thinks and speaks and things. And I must say, she has been a delight on this show. A delight. She is like the nucleus of the house. She keeps everybody laughing. She's giving people really good sound advice. I'm loving Tamar on this show. And her and Dennis, who she calls Pop Pop, which I find to be hilarious, have really created this, like I said, brotherly, sisterly bond, because, he is a very troubled person. He's still reeling from alcoholism. And like, he has these moments where he wants to open up and share his life with the other cast members, but then he shuts down and attacks them. You know what I'm saying? And it's very sad to watch. He revealed that, he found out when he was playing for the Bulls that one of his teammates was effing his wife, and his wife at the time was Carmen Electra. And he was like, he had to go and play basketball with the same person the same night and won a championship with him. He was like, how hard that was. He faced trauma based off, the way his mother treated him. And, it was really sad. And the more he drank, the more combative he became. And on episode 2, he made a comment to Tamar about unaliving herself, and threw that back up in her face. But he has not revealed to the rest of the cast that he's tried to do that to himself as well. That's why it was such a trigger for him. But when he said that to Tamar in a mean-spirited way, it made her cry. It triggered her, and it was just a mess, and he had to leave the house. So at this point, he will be back, but the other cast members are trying to figure out if they want him back in the house, because it's a lot that comes along with him. I would love to see him stay and work through the process, but I think that drinking needs to be taken off the table. But he absolutely needs help. He needs therapy. He needs to go to a program. He is a very troubled man. Very, very troubled. Now with Manny, like I said, he's been the life of the show. He's really funny. He has a lot of funny confessional moments, but we learned that he grew up in, I believe, is he Latino or Mexican? I think he's Latino. But anywho, he grew up in a household where his parents, tried to pray the gay away, and all of those things. So he's dealing with, his family back in the day. I don't know how it is now, having trouble with his sexuality and things. So we'll be delving more into that on the show. August hasn't really opened up about his life for real. He has lent encouraging words to others in the house, but that situation in episode 1 with Stormy really put a bad taste in my mouth when it came to him. I really didn't like it. I really didn't. Frankie, I love him. I hope that his career can pick back up again. I'm loving the place that he's in his life right now with being a married man, being a father, and just having this beautiful family at home that he cannot wait to get back to. But overall, I'm loving the show. I'm loving the cast dynamics and everything. I have been laughing. I have been sad. It's a really good show. I want you guys to watch it weekly with me. I will be doing reviews on it. Let me know what you're thinking about episode 1 and 2 of The Surreal Life down below in the comments section, you guys. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.